Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You are watching on a TikTok Grow Together, Success Together. Today I'm launching one of the latest video where you will understand the Viva interview questions and answer 2025. So I'll discuss today top 20 questions with you. Stay tuned with my channel. So first question, the interviewer might ask you, can you describe your experience handling incident and change request? So in that situation, your answer should be yes. You have worked on both incident and change management process while supporting Viva application, no matter what the application is. It might be RIMS, it might be QMS, it might be format, but your answer should be like this, right? In terms of incident management, what you supported, right? What kind of issue you face and you maintain SLA as well. And for change management, how you followed the structure process to implement a change to control and compliant way, right? And how the cap process will go, right? How the approval process is go for change request and how you deploy that changes from lower environment to production, promote to production, right? And how you handling the QA and stakeholder. That you need to be describing well manner for this question. Now I'm moving to that question number two, where the interviewer might ask you what is DAC, and DAC is a common question for all the MNC's company, right? Now, what is DAC? DAC is dynamic access control. You already know, but you have to be give them a little bit background. You can visit Viva Help page where you understand more on that, right? But DAC usually a access control model where user automatically assigned to object and document based on the role defined rules, right? Now, I'm moving to that question number three, that is functionality of Vault loader in Viva. So that is also a very often asked questions. So basically, you need to be tell them how you use a loader on your, on your day-to-day process, right? For manipulation of, data or bulk load, you often use the Vault loader to create, update, delete, or upsert a object record, right? And how you extract the data from it, how you load that entire process, you need to be describe them or explain them. Now, I'm going back to that next question, that is, how have you managed lifecycle and workflow configuration in Viva Vault? So you need to tell them that how you manage lifecycle and workflow for both document and object record. So for document, you have to be given a scenario where you can mention them that you support for a configuration request, you help client to create a multiple lifecycle state for a specific case, and also you help them to provide or you help them to create entry criteria, user action, that process you support it, right? And you automate the process, right? For document record. Now for object record, you need to explain them for object record how you enable the workflow and lifecycle and what process you support, right? That you need to be explained on that questions. Now the question number five, they might ask you to explain how atomic security is applied at the object and document level in Viva. Now when I'm talking about atomic security, you need to be think on that additional granular level control, right? So additional layer of control that allows administrator to fine tune access to action field or other element, right? So what kind of actions they're talking about? User can view, edit, or hide certain action or field based on their role. How you provide that access through atomic security, right? Now I'm going to that next question, question number six. Which Viva module are you most experienced with, and can you describe your experience working with it? So basically, whatever the applications or module you are working on, it could be a Viva Vault QMS, it could be a Viva Vault Trim, it could be a Viva Vault Promat or CTMS, right? So for QMS, let's say you can mention them that you manage the entire document lifecycle workflow for a kappa module, change control, deviation module, right? You meet compliance with regulatory standard, and also you set up a automated process where a business user helped with this support or configurations, right? That you need to be inform them. Now, In terms of the release or important feature, they often ask that can you explain the important feature what you are aware of, right? So in that case, you need to be understand what are the important feature coming for each release, right? Now there are two important features. Mostly, so for my knowledge, I can put these two features. So one is automatic mentioning in collaborative authoring. So now there is a feature user can now mention any at that up use the at that up mention authors in collaborative authoring even before they join in the session. That is one item. And another item is that now the custom page for tailored user interface. So that means now admin can build a custom UI page within Vault using JavaScript and framework accessible via tabs. So it's really a good feature. It definitely change the UI page and look and feel. Now, the question number 8, they can ask you how you support the IQ/OQ process for a GXP system standpoint. So now, the IQ should be verifies that the systems is installed correctly and ensuring the hardware software component are in place. So in that case, you have to be uh, basically we will provide you compare report, competition report, configuration report, IQ qualification memo. So all those stuffs have to be verified and checked, right? That is part of IQ, and OQ is kind of a sanity check. You can check the systems and behavior of the functionality is working correctly, and that can be ready to use for business users, right? That could be steps of OQ. So in high level, I'm telling, I know that you already aware of that process, but this is one of the question they might ask, right? Now the question number 9, can you explain what user role setup is and Veeva Vault and how it functions? So basically user roles setup always come when you are given a permission for a specific role for a specific life cycle, within a document or object life cycle through dynamic access control, and that's depend on the sharing rule. So the sharing rule could be a matching sharing rule, it could be a custom sharing rule. So how that user role setup configured with application role, that you need to be explained to interviewer. Now, the question number 10 or last question, they might ask that how does VivaVolt manage environment refreshes and what are the key consideration? So basically environment, the refreshing sandbox is needed that that synchronize the feature or configuration from production Vault to any other environment. So it's definitely a good use case where let's say the sandbox, which is called emergency sandbox, if always that reflect or mimic the production. So that sandbox always have, good practice, it should be a refreshed often, right? The key point you have to remember that for a small size of sandbox, you have a limit of 5 times in 24 hours you can refresh that sandbox, and also medium and for full sandbox have you have a limit on once in 24 hours. Now when terms of consideration, now before refreshing always advisable to back up the essential data or some configuration that need to be handled manually, and some cases after refresh you need to be import that data manually. So that is one consideration. So these are the overall 10 question and answer what I think it's important for you before any Viva interview. If you like this question and answer, if you feel that is important for you, please feel free to watch that full recording, also share with others. And I just bring 10 questions and answer with you. There are a couple of questions they often ask, so the recommendation is or suggestion is please visit Viva Vault help page and do check all the stuffs, and you'll get more confident during interview. Best of luck. See you soon. Bye for now.